Alright, Nexx Racing fans, as you can see by the title of the video, we're going to be going over the pistons that are going to be in the 4G63 Drag Car, and I also got the backup motor pistons as well. They're actually going to be the same pistons, but you'll see the differences in them. So let's go ahead and get this turned around so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so as you can see, straight from CP themselves, I'm going to be running some CP pistons. Let's go ahead and get this box open so you guys can see exactly what's in it. Let's go ahead and get this camera set up right here. Box over here. All right, so these pistons, all right, so as you can see here, we got two sets of pistons, and we got some pins right here that I ordered as well. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with this first box right here. I'll put this one to the side. These are gonna be for the backup motor. So these pistons here are gonna be for the spare motor. And just so you guys can see exactly what they are, they're off-the-shelf pistons. They're SC7241. They are for the 4G63 2G, 156 millimeter rod. It's for the bore, 85.5 millimeter bore, and it's going to be 10:1 compression ratio. So just so you guys give you a little peek of what they look like. So, go ahead and get this top piece pulled over here. As you can see, and there it says CP in gray, not in gray, but you can see it in there. But as you can see here, it's got the pockets to allow me to run some oversized valves. It's got the side gas ports. So these are going to be for the backup motor, and I'm still waiting on the rods to come in. Those are a little bit on a back order, but these pins here, these are the stock pins that come with it. I was told that these pins here can hold up to roughly about 500 horsepower. I'm not going to be using these pins because obviously they're not going to be strong enough for the application that I'm using it in. I need something that's going to be good from anywhere from 800 to 1,000 horsepower, just in case we turn up the motor. And that's where these come in. These are the upgraded pins. These are going to be for the main motor, itself. The backup motor, those are going to have different pins in it that I have in the other box. But as you can see, these are a lot thicker. Now these are rated for 800 plus horsepower. Let me pull out these here so you guys can see exactly the difference. And that's one thing a lot of people overlook when they rebuild their motors. They put these high dollar pistons in it, rods, but they use the pins that are not rated for that much power. So as you can see, let me go ahead and get it out the plastic so you guys can see it good. I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit. So as you can see, it's not very thick at all. They're not made for high horsepower applications. So let me go ahead and get this one open so you guys can have a view of what this one looks like. This one here is rated for high horsepower applications, 800 horsepower plus. Probably could withstand probably 1,200 horsepower. But as you can see, these are a lot thicker, meant to hold the horsepower. Look at the difference. This has a lot more material on it to withstand that pressure, which the the rods you're going to be putting on it. But here you can see. So that's one thing. Make sure you don't overlook, guys, when you're rebuilding your motors. If you're going to be building high horsepower motors, make sure you upgrade your pins, because if not, that's going to be the first thing to fail in your motor. And you're going to be like, well, what happened? I put high dollar pistons in it, high dollar rods, I did everything right. Well, guess what? You forgot to change out the pins, because those pins are not rated for that much horsepower. So just to make sure you guys are aware. Now these upgraded pins, like I said, are going to go with the main pistons, which I'm going to show you guys now. Go ahead and get this pulled over here. And then the pins that are in here, these are also upgraded pins, but they're not as upgraded as the ones that I bought. These are also upgraded pins, so I'll show you the difference as well. But these are going to be custom pistons that I ordered. This is going to be the spec sheet. So this also is going to be 85.5 millimeter bore, 156 millimeter rods, 10 to 1 compression ratio. As you can see here, the piston spec sheet right here. Now, the main difference between the main motor pistons and the backup motor pistons is that these are hard anodized. So as you can see, this has like a military green color to them. They're anodized, hard anodized. That way they withstand the beating of drag racing. But as you can see, these are going to be for the main motor. These are basically the same thing as the other pistons, but these are going to be hard anodized. We're going to go ahead and run with these first and see how they do. And if I like how they perform, then we'll go ahead and get another set. But for the backup motor, we're going to go ahead and run the ones that are not anodized. And then in terms of the pins, as you can see, these are upgraded. So I would say they have like 3 levels of upgraded pins. So the first pins that you guys saw are good to up to about 500 horsepower. The second pins that I showed you guys are anywhere from 800 horsepower above. And then these pins here are going to be good anywhere from 500 to 800 horsepower. They're a little bit thicker than the stock ones, but they're a little bit thinner than the upgraded ones that I bought before. So as you guys can see, we're going to be running some CP pistons in the motor. I heard nothing but good things about them. I was going to go with Seiko, but I got a good deal on these pistons. I could not pass it up. So I probably got these pistons that are anodized cheaper than what I can get the Waseco 1400 HD pistons. So that being said, I went ahead and went with these. We'll run with these. I'm waiting for the rods to get here. And once the rods get here, I'll go ahead and do another unboxing of the rods. You guys can see what kind of rods I'm going to be running the motor. But as you can see here, we got the upgraded pins, we got the backup motor pistons, and we got the main motor pistons that are hard anodized. So any questions, comments, concerns? I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see the this is the part number on the stock shelf pistons that I bought for the backup motor. SC7241. You can see all the specs there. 156 millimeter rod, 10-1 compression ratio. Now if you're running Evo 6.7, Evo 8 through Evo 9, it's a 10.5 compression to 1, but we're running the 2G, so we're not worried about that. And then I got the upgraded pins as well. So can't wait for the rods to get here so I can show you what the rods are. And then we'll go from there, and then we're almost done. We got the rods are ordered already. Then we gotta get the crank ordered. I do have 2 stock 2G cranks back there that I'm gonna see if I'm gonna use those first. See if they can withstand this 800 horsepower. And if they can, then we'll go with those. If not, then we're gonna have to order a billet crank. But I think the stock cranks will work fine for now, and we'll go from there. All right, remember, stay tuned. We're Nexx Racing.